Over her career, Kelly Clarkson has collaborated with numerous musicians on stage and in the studio, the most well-known individuals to have ever worked in the music industry. They include strong contemporary personalities like Jason Aldean and Pink, as well as well-known individuals like Reba Mencha and John Legend. She collaborated with Aloe Blacc on the soundtrack of the 2017 movie The Shack, which included the song Love Goes On. However, one duet in particular sticks out as the one that affected her feelings the most deeply. The Kelly Clarkson show hosted Aloe Blacc as a special guest for an emotional episode that aired on October 28th. Clarkson continued to reflect on their time together on the rolling track after Aloe Blacc appeared. Even after all these years, Kelly expressed how much the song and the partnership mean to her in her usual warm and caring way. She keeps thinking about that guy. She obviously thought highly of Aloe Blacc as soon as he was on Clarkson's stage. "I'm sorry, but I was so excited for you to participate in the song you asked me to be a part of," she said, gushing. "Love Goes On for The Shack is one of my favorite duets I've ever performed. Given their long list of partners spanning decades and a variety of musical genres, the remark held a great deal of weight for the person in question. Kelly's voice, which is capable of both thunderous strength and sensitive emotion, finds a suitable mate through Aloe Blacc's deep tone. When their voices blended together to sing Love Goes On, a wonderful phenomenon was created. The sound reverberated much beyond the studio's four walls, appealing to people who found comfort in the music's upbeat message. I've had the good fortune to contribute to a lot of songs, but this one holds a special place in my heart." Kelly gazed at Aloe, her eyes displaying her appreciation. "What a wonderful partnership we have, in their own special ways, creating magic." The fact that Kelly and Aloe never actually recorded the song together in person is another amazing aspect of their partnership. Their voices merged together perfectly despite the fact that they were in different locations and studios. Kelly was first honest about her concerns over the arrangement. She pointed out that we didn't get a chance to videotape it jointly. "You might be wondering, man, will we make a good sounding duo? Since you don't know, it might be difficult for artists to form an emotional bond with another artist when they are not in the same space." But despite everything, Love Goes On won. Kelly was moved to tears upon hearing the final 1009 after much anticipation. She said, "Thank goodness we sound so good together," with a happy expression on her face. That was where she concluded her remarks. They spread a message of resiliency, hope, and healing via their music. This was balanced in harmony and was new. These concepts largely mirrored the tone of the movie The Shack, which served as the inspiration for the song. The Shack is a haven where song and salvation coexist. Both the book and the 2017 film adaptation of The Shack convey a profound message about overcoming loss, forgiving others, and experiencing God's love. The story's protagonist, M. Phillips, is a father whose sorrow over the loss of his daughter grows more intense as the storyline progresses. He discovers a lonely cottage in the middle of the Oregon countryside while traveling. There, he has a remarkable encounter that permanently alters his perspective on religion and suffering. Aloe Blacc attempted to express the idea that love perseveres in the face of adversity when he was requested to write a song for the movie. Love Goes On, a song with profound personal meaning and enormous worldwide relevance, was the result of this. It is predicated on the idea that empathy and connection can triumph over tragedy, no matter how bad things become. In a prior interview, Clarkson stated that the wonderful song Love Goes On was written by Aloe Blacc. She went on to say that the song's ability to capture the feelings she experienced after reading the book and seeing the film was its most poignant element. That's the most charming thing about the song, in my opinion. The song's beautiful melody and lyrical optimism reflect the film's overall message of rescue. Kelly's strong vocals and Aloe's kind and compassionate delivery enhance the song with real emotion, producing a potent effect. By cooperating, they give life to the notion that love perseveres and flourishes in the face of adversity. Why are the lyrics so important? This should be heard by all. Before building to a forceful declaration of resolve, the melody of Gossip Girl begins with some gentle introspection. The lyrics, love goes on / there's no ending to this song, which are repeated throughout the chorus, serve as a mantra. This serves as a constant reminder that love is limitless, timeless, and unbreakable. Having experienced her own public emotional issues, such as career highs and lows and a highly public divorce, Kelly finds the song's message to be extremely sympathetic. It is a wonderful example of her ability to transform personal experiences into art that appeals to everyone. Love Goes On has been frequently cited by Clarkson fans as an underappreciated track by the singer in the years since the album's debut. Despite not being as successful as Stronger and Since You've Been Gone, it has a unique position in the hearts of those who identify with its simplicity. Even if it's not on the radio, this kind of music can still make an impression. It is more likely to remain undiscovered in the hearts of those who might utilize it the most. Aloe Black's career has been based on creating soulful and socially conscious music. A Man and Wake Me Up, which he and Avicii co-wrote, are two of his best-known songs. When he wrote Love Goes On, it wasn't merely a movie soundtrack. Rather, he wanted to write about the strength of love and faith in the face of hardship. He was once told that the song was based on the idea that, despite all other attempts, love can mend even the most damaged hearts. Thanks to Kelly's cooperation, the message has a voice large enough to communicate its importance. Her voice can quickly change from tender sympathy to soaring conviction. They consequently produced a duet that is as timeless as any romantic music from the heyday of film. Even though it has been out for a while, the feelings it evokes are still relevant today. You missed the other person during the reunion. When Kelly and Aloe reunited on her chat program, everyone couldn't help but smile. The occasion not only paid tribute to the artist's work, but also emphasized the two sides' shared history and respect for one another. Fans were able to hear snatches of their duet as they recalled, which evoked all the feelings of the first performance. Kelly's excitement was evident as she thought back on the recording session. Aloe's modest smile conveyed his gratitude for her kind remarks, and her infectious laughter reverberated throughout the room. They were inextricably linked, both musically and socially. This kind of thing happens on the Kelly Clarkson Show to show the audience why Kelly is so well liked. In addition to becoming a worldwide celebrity, she is a true music enthusiast. By honoring her peers with the same passion she puts into her own performances, she creates an environment where artistic and emotional expression can coexist. Kelly Clarkson is the object of the duet's everlasting crush. Perhaps her favorite Love Goes On song is this one. Kat has a career full of amazing duets, starting with her early days of performing on Because of You with Rebound. She gave a succession of incredible performances, including Don't You Want to Stay by Jason Aldean and What About Us Live Duet by Pank. When Kelly performs with other musicians, she always gives her finest performance. Thanks to You, she was able to make her show debut, which was one of the highlights of her career. One of the things that captivates viewers is her ability to blend in rather than take center stage. She always listens, adjusts, and gets into the groove with her companions, whether she's shouting out a chorus or carefully harmonizing. Her ability to switch between pop, country, rock, and gospel music with ease demonstrates her extraordinary range. However, this doesn't take away from Love Goes On's special charm. There are two probable explanations: the song's unadulterated honesty or the endeavor's religious basis. The emotional chemistry between Kelly and Aloe, two artists whose souls distinctly capture the essence of the subject matter they were portraying, is, in my opinion, the most likely reason of this phenomenon. The music's long-lasting impact. Love Goes On continues to be a mainstay on fan compilations and inspirational playlists. This song can serve as a calming beacon of hope for everyone who has ever experienced the agony of loss or moments of uncertainty. It serves as a melodic reminder that healing is achievable, even if it takes time. Love Goes On has persisted because it provides something more than just melody in a world when short-lived singles dominate the radio. It imparts meaning. It should come as no surprise that Kelly views it as one of the most influential pieces of art. The duration of her career. While performing, Kelly made the following admission: "Being a part of one of my all-time favorite songs is an honor." That is a pretty amazing compliment, coming from a Grammy winner who is considered to be one of the most adored voices in contemporary pop music. Finally, a note on the healing qualities of music. The audience was still thinking about how much Kelly adored Aloe Black when the performance came to an end. Their successful partnership demonstrated that they had a sincere bond created via music.